Up, it says we're live.
Hey,
What's going on, couples?
what is going on? We are at episode
Two.
two.
What? Oh
Episode
my
two.
goodness.
Episode two of our Connect TV
Surreal.
show. Yes, we
It's
are
surreal.
so excited.
Yeah.
And we hop on here after the show
Mm-hmm.
to have the recap of the show.
Yes. So we can like talk about things we missed or things we didn't mean to say. No.
So we're super excited. For those of you who don't know, my name is Tisha.
My name is Akita.
And we are Couples Connect, and it's a space where we help couples grow in their marriage,
Yeah.
stay connected, and build legacy together because it's so important,
Yep.
right?
Definitely. You should not do this journey on your own. And sometimes we can be in a relationship and feel like we're by ourselves.
Yeah,
So it is
yeah,
about building legacy. It's about working together. It's about being on the same team,
it
you
is.
know?
It is. So this week's episode on the Inspire You Network, we have a TV show for those of you guys don't know,
Hmm.
on the Inspire You Network, and there's instructions in the description as to how you can download that app and watch the show live, or
Yep.
go back and catch the on-demand replays.
Yep. So
But
we have two now. We have two out.
listen. So the first one was staying connected,
Yeah.
and tonight, what do we talk about?
Communication, and how to improve your communication in your relationship. We know how important communication is, and we know what can happen if it's not done in the best way, or you don't communicate what you are trying to communicate in the best way. So,
Yeah, so we shared our experience with communication,
hmm,
the
hmm,
things that we've learned. And I think, too, we all come from different backgrounds, different styles, different
yeah,
ways of communicating. Some families be yelling, like that's how they do. They yell.
and that's like a natural tone for them.
Right.
It's
Like,
like,
why are you
yo,
yelling? What are
right,
you talking about? Like, this is
yeah,
how we talk. This is how we
y'all
communicate.
know if you come from a loud family, y'all know how y'all are, and there's nothing wrong with it, but that's just what you were used to growing up with.
And then there's some families that I'll call them like the secret keeping family, where they're not really like, they stay very surfacey. They don't really talk about like
Mm.
real things or deep things, and they're just kind of like, just staying like
On
surface, right,
safe. They
staying
stay
safe.
safe.
And so
Yeah.
so you could come from that kind of family, and that's kind of like what you learned, and so
Yep.
you're not like having deeper conversations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's
Absolutely.
just many.
So many different dynamics, and like you said, it is based on your upbringing, what your household would like, what kind of friends did you have, the things that you were interested, experience. All those things play a part in how we communicate to each other.
Definitely,
Yep.
definitely.
So we actually had a couple of things like key points that we wanted to talk about on the live here from the episode. If you want to get the entire list of tips that we have, make sure you go watch it. But the two tips that we have are timing and circling back. Those are really
Yes.
important. So what would you say about timing?
So, according to my husband, timing is really important,
Yeah.
right? So, I used to be one that like something would be on my mind, on my heart. It could be like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like,
Hmm.
turn it over. Like, can we
We need to
talk
talk
about
about
this?
this
I
right
need to get
now.
this off my chest, like right now. And so, just really feeling like when I'm ready to talk, like this conversation should really happen.
Right. Yeah.
And you were
And I was like, you're not
I'm
respecting
tired.
my time. It is 2 o'clock in the morning, or I did just get off of work, or I did just hear some bad news, or I'm not in a good mood right now. And I felt like those things didn't really matter. So what she was trying to tell me did not land well, you know?
Right. Right. Even though I was saying a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then
Might have been making sense too, but
listen, then I'm trying to go back and I'm like, well, then I will forever be like, I already told you such and such.
yeah,
Or we already talked about X, Y, and Z.
right,
And you'd be
right.
like, oh, we did. Because you weren't, would you say you zoned out?
Either I was zoned out, or there were times where I was actually doing, like I was in the middle of doing something, and she'll like bust in my office door
Multitasking
and she'd be
people.
like, so this what happened, and I'm like trying to listen to her, trying to work, or trying to you know do whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think timing is really important.
So that was one tip. There were how many? I think like eight or
I think it's
nine, about
nine
nine
tips.
tips.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to go over and check out the replay. The replay is going to be available on Friday. So our shows, I guess I should say, our shows air on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, and the replay is available on demand at 8, no, on Fridays.
Hmm.
On
On the
Fridays.
Inspire You app. So if you have Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, a mobile device, if you're watching this, I'm sure you have one of those. But you go to Inspire the letter U network, and you can download the app there. And our program is on that network.
Okay, so one point was about timing. What
Mhm.
was
So I
another
think
point?
to piggyback off of that would be to follow up for the person who is receiving the message. Of course, we know timing is all is important and it makes a difference. But as a receiver, we shouldn't always be like, oh, it's not the right time. Oh, not right now.
Right.
Oh, I don't
It's
feel
not a good
like
time for
discussing
me.
this. Yeah, or I'm not really into it right now. Whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
we should make ourselves available and circle back. It may not be the right time right now, but make it a point to circle
Have the
back and have
conversation.
that conversation.
Right.
How difficult it may be, how tough it may be, you need to show express interest in what your spouse wants to discuss.
Yeah. And so I think for the timing thing, like circling back, I think
Hmm.
we used to struggle there in that space a little bit too,
Yeah.
because it'd be like, you already annoyed because you then came to me at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, or you
Yep.
then came to me at a time when I wasn't ready.
Yep.
And then I was not trying to circle back. Like,
Right. Right.
circle
Right.
back, I'm
I
over
ain't
it.
trying to talk about it at all. You don't piss me off. I'm
Right.
just like, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Right.
But I think it's so important and it shows, it shows validation for what the other person is feeling. It may not be a good time right now, but that circling back lets you know I do care about what you have to say. I am interested in your feeling and your thoughts. And I do want to, resolve whatever it is or hear you out, whatever you have to say.
So funny thing. So we just got finished watching our
Hmm.
episode 2 of Communication in Marriage, and we were talking about timing
Yep.
and how important it is. And guess
I'm
what
the
your boy
culprit.
did? Guess
I'm the
what he
culprit.
did? Just put in the chat if you have an idea what he did. Like, guess what he did?
I'm the one talking about timing is important, and then I mess up on the timing.
Listen, so I'm using the ladies' room. And next thing I know, I'm just sitting here and somebody comes in, is like having this deep conversation with
Yep.
me.
Talk about
And
the
I'm
meaning of
like,
life, and
yes, yes. What was you talking about? I don't even
I
know.
forgot.
I
I
don't know.
forgot.
But it was like it required thinking. And I'm
Yeah.
like, can I get up from this?
Can I get some privacy? Yeah. But I mean, there's a caveat to that
Oh
too.
gosh.
You want me to
You can go ahead. I
listen?
mean, so I mean, explain.
Reason,
Okay, go ahead.
for
I'm going to
some
explain.
reason, my wife loves to use the ladies' room with the door wide open for everybody to
It's not everybody.
not everybody.
So, right.
It's in our bedroom, but
Thank you. And so can we explain that though? Because so we have this master bedroom. You
yes,
walk into the bedroom. So we have our own bathroom. Then you
right,
walk into the bathroom, and then we have our own like little spot with a door to use the bathroom.
yeah,
So it's
but
like two, you done went in a room, went in the other room, and in another room. Why I gotta close the door? No one
because
can see.
I mean, to avoid uncomfortable conversations like we had, if you have the door open, I'm
I'm
thinking
just
you ready
saying.
to conversate.
I'm
You
just
want me
saying.
to join in, like like
But I circle back though.
you did,
I did. Let
you
me
did.
come out the bathroom
Hmm.
and we can circle back
Yeah,
and find out what you're
but
talking about.
that's a perfect example of wrong timing. It wasn't the best timing. I got thrown off though. She had the door open, so
That
I
was
thought,
hilarious. Oh my goodness. So, just another way or example of like why communication is important and how you can like have a lot of mishaps and
yeah,
misunderstandings in your marriage as it concerns communication, because communication is everything, and not just in marriage but like in relationships in
in
general.
life,
Oh
in
gosh.
life, like you have to know, and people don't talk about this enough, but listening is an important component to communication.
Yeah.
We're taught all through high school, middle school, how to tell stuff, how to convey our message, how to, talk to people, but rarely does the subject get covered in that. So we don't look at that as a priority. but listening is a major component to understanding people, to being on the same page, to knowing what message somebody is trying to convey to you. That listening piece is so crucial.
And it requires you being quiet, which is
Yeah,
a challenge,
right.
which can be like my challenge.
Because
Like,
when you're not quiet, what happens is noise is created in the midst of that communication.
oh,
So
what's
you're
that?
thinking, even the things that you're thinking about, I like to say, listen with the intent to understand and not to respond. A lot of times we're listening to something, we're already thinking of our response.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I got this for yo, behind, or
Mm-hmm,
whatever the case may
mm-hmm,
be.
mm-hmm.
And we've completely missed the message, the feeling behind it, the
You heard
impression.
like the little bit, and then you're like, you decided what the rest of the conversation is going to be,
Right.
what you're going to be saying, and how you're going to be adding to it. And like the person's like,
And we miss out on
like,
the
did you
whole
hear what I was saying?
heart of the message. Yeah.
And we've been there. We
Yep.
have been there in those spaces where it has been like your words bouncing off the walls.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that just came back to me, and
Yep.
the person didn't hear it,
And
and
then it turns into a debate and who is right, who is wrong, and
which is a
all of
horrible
those
space
things.
to
Yeah.
be.
Yep.
Horrible space to be in. So, we did a fun exercise on the show
Yes.
that we really would love you guys to check out, because it really is such a great example
Mm-hmm.
of how easy it is to misinterpret each other.
Yeah.
And then when you think about that, like in terms of a marriage where we're like creating finances together, we're building together, we're raising children together, we're
Mm-hmm.
doing all these things together,
Yeah.
that we need to be on the same page about, that we need to be understanding
Right.
each other's
Right.
perspective and views, and we need to be in agreement with.
Yeah.
And so,
And the exercise shows the importance of clarity, getting clarity, asking questions, follow-ups, confirmation, in my understanding, you're right. You know what I mean? And giving you a
mhm,
chance to confirm that, or whatever the case may be. But go check out that episode. That exercise is funny,
it's funny.
but there's a lot to learn in
It was
there.
deep
Yeah.
too. Even like, how you're doing something and it take you back while you're doing
Mm-hmm.
it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
Like, yeah, that
we're
was really
always
good.
learning, we're always growing,
Yeah.
and we want to share with you guys so that you can grow with us and we can grow with you too.
Yeah.
And so, that was really good. So, tomorrow the replay is available on demand,
Yes.
the Inspire You Network. In the description, there is directions as to how you can upload that. Y'all know y'all be uploading
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of
You
stuff.
can pull it up right
WhatsApp,
on your
right? You can
phone.
pull up
Yep.
on your phone. You can watch it. Do I have my phone? No, I don't have my phone with me. But you can pull up on your phone. You can watch it there.
Yeah.
But it's a really meaty episode about communication here
Mm-hmm.
from our communication degree holder, the one who was talking to
So much
me in the
pressure.
bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. That same one. That
This
same one.
timing. And you know what I did? I said, timing. You can't even say nothing. That was
Hmm.
good.
It was
He
good.
he
Good
could.
example. Maybe I did that intentionally so
I
you could
don't think
understand.
so. But it's not often that you don't have something to say. So that
Hmm.
was good.
You like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we learned from our own episode. See?
Hmm. Hmm.
So we're not going to keep you. We know that you guys is getting later in
Yeah.
the evening,
Yep.
but we really did want to come on. So every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. after the show, we're going to be on live to do some recaps, answer questions that you guys may have.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions about the show, about the content that we've been talking about, feel free to drop them in the chat. And this is the time where we can kind of grow and build together.
Yeah, absolutely. So we love hearing from y'all. We don't just like to be the only ones talking all the time. So if you have like ways that you improve your communication, or maybe there's an area where communication is struggling, you're looking for some other tips or other ways to overcome that, definitely put those in there as well. But we want this to be a back and forth thing, an engagement.
I don't know why I
Um,
was sitting up here thinking like one day y'all might see me in my bonnet sitting up in here sitting.
hey, why not?
I'm just saying
Why
it's a
not?
comfortable space.
I'll be in my
It's a safe
PJs.
space. We save all the other stuff for the TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But thank y'all so much for your support. Thank you for dropping into this live. We really appreciate it. We hope that we see you next Thursday at 8:30 after you watch the show
At 7 p.m.
at 7 p.m. on the Inspire You Network. And we will make sure that we keep in contact with y'all.
And please be sure to share this with anyone you think can benefit from it as well.
Yep, absolutely. So
All
y'all have a
right.
great night
Remember to stay connected
and stay together.